Okay, good. Hi. This one's about sentence fluency. We're starting off, and this is actually a picture of two ice skaters flowing across the ice together as one unit. It's lovely. It's beautiful. It's graceful. And that's what we're looking for. And this guy has a wicked awesome scarf. So if we can kind of get our writing and think about it that way, that's what we're talking about when we talk about sentence fluency. It's making it look nice and pretty and flowy. Okay, now here. And this is copyright 2010 from Education Northwest. Sentence fluency definition. The rhythm and flow of the language, the sound of word patterns, the way in which the writing plays to the ear, not just to the eye. Okay, so it's when you read it aloud is typically a good way to judge this, but the way that you write your sentences, they kind of ebb and flow like the tides. The sentences themselves are easy to read, okay, and they don't distract you from the content that you're trying to absorb. That's kind of a big part of it. They're not distracting. Now, here's the thing. Your writing should have an easy flow, rhythm, and cadence. Cadence means the way you repeat, kind of the rhythm that you use as you go. So I know rhythm, it's a little bit repetitive there. But the cadence means there's a flow and a beat to how you're reading and how your writing flows. And here's some of the technical ways that you can do that. Your sentences vary in length and structure. Okay? You use creative, accurate, and appropriate connectives. Connectives are words that connect ideas within the sentences and between sentences. Okay, so your conjunctions, of course, are a type of connective, but there's also like the prepositional phrases that you use can act as connectives, and even the way that you transition from sentence to sentence. Okay, now your writing is easy to read aloud smoothly, so you should be able to kind of just flow through your sentences without much trouble. Number two, your sentences should be well constructed. Okay, now while we're talking about it being like poetic, right, and all flowy and nice and pretty, okay, this is also very important. Okay, all of your sentences should be grammatically correct. And they all should be complete sentences, no fragments, no run-ons, not even stringy sentences. Make sure that they are all grammatically correct sentences. They have a subject and a verb, that kind of thing. You have purposeful and varied sentence beginnings. So your sentences don't all start with "there was a" or "there is a." Okay? You don't want them to all start the same way. You want to vary that up. Your sentences all clearly communicate your ideas with the reader. That's kind of the first goal, is you got to get it so it's nice and clear and makes sense. Here's the key question about sentence fluency. When you get through your paper and you're looking at it, this is what you want to ask yourself. Can you feel the words and phrases flow together as you read your paper out loud? Can you feel it? You should be able to feel that rhythm. Okay, as you read, it should just kind of flow. Some people can do this more naturally than others, but everybody can learn this. It's a skill. So you can practice and look over your, as you read your revisions and you try and redo your paper, you want to read it out loud, and anything that's kind of like a speed bump that makes you slow down in your reading, you want to adjust that and smooth that out somehow, be it through the words that you use, sometimes some of the sound devices that we talk about, when we talk about poetry and stuff, the alliteration, the assonance, those kind of things. If that gets where it's a tongue twister, that kind of damages the fluency of the sentence. So you want to pay attention to a lot of that stuff. Okay, so that's the sentence fluency trait. It's kind of an easy one to understand, a little bit more of a tough one to do. So this one just takes practice and a little patience. Maybe some guidance from others. One good way is to have somebody else read your paper, and then as they read, if you hear something where they're stumbling over it, you need to mark that so that you can go back and smooth that out. Okay, so that's one good way to do it. Also reading it out loud to yourself, or reading it to somebody, kind of trying to present it to a small group or something like that. Those are all great ways to do this. Okay, so that's your sentence fluency.